So precisely, what are the major components of a test case document? While creating test cases, what are the fields we are going to use for documenting the test cases? That is the question. 1 minute. The field, first field. Test case number. Test case description. Step number, step description. The data required to execute test data. When I perform some action using this data, it is expected from the system, expected behavior, actual behavior of the system. After executing the test case only, we are going to update actual response of the system. After updating the actual response, we need to compare expected and actual. When both are same, we update the status path, otherwise fail. In this document, two fields we are going to update after execution. What are the two fields? Actual and status. First, we plan what to test, how to test, and document the procedure. The moment you are creating the test cases, we don't have the application. Answer this question. On what basis test cases can be derived? On what basis we create test cases? That is the question.
Based on test scenarios.
I didn't get the answer. Requirement basis, we have to create the test cases. Requirements are the first input for creating the test cases. Requirement basis scenario, by referring the both requirements and scenario, we are going to create the test cases. Test cases are derived based on the customer given requirement. Once the requirements are finalized, we document our test cases. On the other side, developer creating the software. Once the software is created, given to you for testing, and we execute the planned test case on the given product. We observe how system is working, the actual response of the system. And we compare this actual with the expected from the client. What is customer is wanting, expected. How our application behaving, actual. Testing is nothing but just comparing expected and actual. When both are same, test status is pass, test case result is pass. When there is a deviation from expected to actual, the test case is fail. Every failed test case results in a defect. These defects we need to properly document in a bug report, defect reporting template, and then we communicate to our development team. So precisely, what are the major components of a test case document? The question will be generally like this. What are the major components? Components meaning sections of a test case document. Test case number, test case description, step number, step description, input data or test data, whatever. Test data,
actual data,
result, status, how important this test case to execute, test priority, and this test case belongs to which scenario number. These two test cases belongs to scenario 1. These 4 test cases belongs to scenario 2. Each test case must be mapped to corresponding scenario number. The last column, test scenario reference. These are the major components of any test case document. Fine. In order to teach how to make use of this template, yesterday I created 2 test cases for Gmail login scenario. Check Gmail login with valid inputs. Check Gmail login with invalid inputs. Only to understand how to utilize this template for documenting our test cases, yesterday I demonstrated 2 test cases for Gmail login scenario. And today, even tomorrow, we'll create some test cases for the scenarios we have finalized for RNHRM project. These are the few major scenarios we have identified and documented for our HRM application. The very first scenario, the very first feature planned to test in our HRM product, this admin able to log in or not. Requirement, after understanding the requirement, after understanding the product, first we consolidate totally what are all the functionalities to be tested in our product. The document is called scenario document. Once the scenarios are verified and approved by your team lead, the next work, creating test cases for the finalized scenarios. We have finalized few scenarios for the RHRM project. Here the scenario one, check admin login. Coming to Gmail login, yesterday we created test cases for the Gmail login. The design in this way: username field, next button; password field, then next button. If I give a valid account, valid username, then only I get a chance to input the password. It is Gmail application design. Today we are creating test cases to validate the scenario one. Admin able to log in into this website or not. Here I have username and password together. For this admin login, we have to write the test procedure, nothing but test cases. Take the first work. Write test cases. Write test cases. To check admin login, to check admin login functionality in RHRM project. Write test cases to check admin login functionality in the RHRM project. You check, I uploaded the scenario document. Also, I uploaded the Gmail test cases, this blank test case template also. Okay. The people who are connected with the laptop, document the test procedure using this Excel template. Other people, you can document the procedure in your notebook. Who will write test case in a company? Who will create test cases in a software company? Team lead. Then what you will do? Who said team lead here?
Testing and
Team lead will write test cases. Project manager will execute the test cases. CEO will report the defects. Then what he will do? Right. Who create test cases in a company? Testers. Who are the testers? Write test cases. Write test cases for admin login functionality in RHRM project. Yesterday, I delivered the content. I given some inputs to you. What is a test case? And we discussed yesterday, what is a test case? Is the test case are compulsory or not? And what is the importance of the test cases? Before we start, you answer me. What is the purpose of having test cases for a project? Yes, madam. Don't know.
To execute the project.
To ensure 100% coverage.
I mean, without having test cases, can't we test an application functionality?
It becomes an
we
add-on.
can,
That's the
we
product.
can.
It becomes
Without
the
having
add-on.
the test cases,
Sir,
can't you
sir,
test
test cases.
RHRM admin login working or not? We can. But what is the problem here? We are working on a very big e-commerce platform. Hey, we are working on a big banking application. 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, 40 people involved in project testing, many people involved in project testing, no documentation available, then no manager can track what is happening. I asked my team member, she said, sir, everything I have tested. No documentation to track really what is covered and what is not covered. Whatever the people said to me, I have to listen because there is no documentation to track. By mistake or unfortunately because of the workload or whatever, some features are not covered, missed. We release the product. Product failed. QA team is accountable for this situation. Because of in-process, not following a particular proper process, finally there is a result failure of the product. So to avoid this kind of situation, better to have a proper documentation. Totally, these are all the 40 functionalities to be tested in this website. This is how we have to check functionality 1. This is how we have to check functionality 2. This is how we have to check functionality 40. A senior person had a review whether everything is covered or not. Yes, these plans are enough for testing this website, approved by a senior person. If we execute all these approved test cases, 100% requirement coverage is guaranteed. No chance of missing any requirement. 99.98% accuracy is guaranteed. 100% no vary is guaranteed. Practically speaking, correct? So to ensure 100% requirement coverage, to avoid the risk of failure of a product, companies will follow a proper process and documentation. That is called QA process or testing process. Mostly a followed process. First, understand the product. What customer is wanting from this product. First, we need to explore the domain. We need to understand the domain by referring the requirement document, by studying the FRS, SRS, by attending the client given KTs, your senior person given KTs, we gain the knowledge about the product domain. So this is this product. These people are using this product. This is how these people will use this product. Once you get sufficient knowledge about the product and its requirement, now we document what needs to be tested in a client point of view scenarios. Once the scenarios are finalized, take scenario 1, check admin login. You plan how to test this admin login feature. You create different idea, different plans, both in positive and negative direction to validate each scenario. Whatever the plans you made to test a particular scenario, if properly documented for future reference, this document is called a test case document. Like a user manual, if you buy 100 rupees of mouse, it comes with a small user manual, correct? You buy some smartwatch, you do not know how to configure it, you do not know how to use it, you no need to go to any other person. This smartwatch is coming with a user manual. You refer the user manual. Step 1, step 2, step 3, how to configure, how to use it is clearly available. Like a user manual, we are creating some testing manuals. A word understood, testing manuals? Generally manuals meaning? Proper reference documentation. Like user manual, a user manual will explain how to use a product. Testing manual, testing cases should explain how to test various functionalities of this product. So that for this ICICI Bank website, the QA team who involved in testing this ICICI Bank website properly studied the requirement, everything neatly documented, what to test and how to test. Though you are not available for the day or you resign the company, no worries, everything is clear available. The new team, just matter of a day or 2 days, because a document is clearly demonstrating what to test and how to test, they can able to test like you. I already created test cases. Okay. Do you know the Primus Bank application completely? Leave the RNHRM application for some time. Do you know this Primus Bank application 1 or 2 times I have opened? Do you know the complete idea? What are the features inside admin module, banker module, and customer module? No.
No, sir.
If I ask you to test it, if I ask you to test the entire website, primusbank.qatech.com, will you able to test it? Today, you stop testing the Primus Bank website. Will you able to continue? No? Work? No? Why? Why? What document? First of all, you do not know what are the modules available in the, what are the features available inside the admin module, you do not know. What are the features inside the teller module, you do not know. What are the features available in corporate banking module, you do not know, correct? Without knowing the product, how you decide, how you able to test it? Will you able to test Plymouth Bank application today? That is my question. No, because you do not know about the product. Hold. I'll give this document to you. I'll give this document to you. Check admin login with valid data. Check admin login with invalid data. Check Plymouth Bank homepage links. I will give this document to you. Will you able to test Plymouth Bank website or not? 2 minutes back you said no. A minute back you said no. Because you do not know what are the features available in the website. If I give this, what is this document? Test case document. With the reference of this test case document, a person who do not know anything about the Plymouth Bank website also will able to test, because a document is clearly demonstrating what to test. First, check admin login by giving valid data, procedure available, expected available. Then check admin login by giving invalid data, procedure available, data available, expected available. Then check the links available in the home page is working or not, procedure available, data available, expected available. Then check admin able to change the password or not, procedure available, data is available, expected available. With the reference of this document, anybody can able to test the Plymouth Bank application, correct? If this document available, no dependency. I no need to give a KT about the Plymouth Bank website to you now. I'll give this document just for an hour or 2 hours. You go through the document, you'll get some idea about this. Directly, you can start testing it. Test execution, nothing but just following the planned approved procedure. That's it. You're getting my point here? Online people are able to follow this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So,
Anita, will you answer my question? Or Bhargavi, will you answer my question? Yes. Venkat, are they muted?
No, sir.
A simple question I'll post Aishwarya. Any one person. Yes, Aishwarya, will you answer my question?
Yes, sir.
Remaining people stay muted. Okay. Do you know how to make chicken biryani, madam? Yes, Aishwarya.
Hello?
Do you know how to make chicken
Yes,
biryani?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. If you do not know what to do, what you will do? If you do not know generally what people are doing, youtube.com, how to make chicken biryani. One chef is demonstrating step 1, step 2, step 3, how to make it. We are just referring the video presentation and following the procedure. A person, I do not know, a person how to make something will able to do it by following a reference, correct? Same way, what is our test case document? A document is clearly demonstrating what to test in this RHRM application, admin login. Any user able to change the password or not? Any user able to reset the password or not? Admin able to create an employee or not? admin able to create login account for this employee or not? This employee able to log in or not? A document is clearly demonstrating what to test in this RIHRM and how to test each and every functionality, both in positive and negative direction. Now, a person who do not have idea about this RIHRM project, if I give the test case document to you, whatever the test cases you are going to prepare, end objective, with the reference of your document, a person who do not know anything about RIHRM application should able to test. That is the objective of making this document. The way you documented, not legible, not understandable, not clear, the time, whatever you spend to make this document is a waste of time. Agree with me? I prepared a small document, how to install Java in a computer. For example, in a MS Word, I created a document, I documented the procedure, how to install the Java. You are referring my document. You are referring my document, installation, Java installation document. The way I documented step 1, step 2, step 3 is not understandable to you. With the help of my document, you are not able to install. Finally, the time, whatever I spent to make this document is a waste of time. Got it? So what is your understanding now? What do you understand from this point? The way you are creating the test cases, step 1, step 2, step 3, expected and everything, other person referring your document to test your product. The way you have documented is not understandable to other. The time, whatever you have invested to make this document is a waste of time. So clearly, neatly, you need to make a document. Generally, you know, if you see any user manual, insert the CD, step 1. Step 2, press this button. Step 3, click next button. Step 4, click back button. Why the people will document in a very neat manner? So that anybody can able to do it. You just Amazon a desktop computer. I mean, you order a desktop computer on Amazon. You will receive a sealed box. You open it. You don't see a computer inside. You see the peripherals. Monitor separately, CPU separately, keyboard separately, some other components separately. They'll give a printed sheet. Step 1, step 2, step 3, installing, I mean, with a pictorial representation, include using the directions also, correct? You do not know how to assemble this PC. They given totally 6 components, separate components. They give a printer sheet. The printer sheet will explain you how to assemble it. You may need to go to any hardware engineer. Why they have given a printer? A person who do not have any idea about the computer system also can able to assemble with the reference of the document. In the same way, the test cases what you are creating, a person who do not have any idea about our RIHRM product should able to test it. That is the end objective. Got it? So create test cases for admin login functionality in the RIHRM project. For your reference, I open this RIHRM screen, login screen. Proceed. Who are learning here? You or me? Who are learning how to write test cases? I know how to write test cases. Though I create 100 test cases, you will not get the confidence. If you document it, then only you will get the confidence. Write it. Venka, stop recording for next 5 minutes. Here I'll update the project name first, RIHRM. For every test case, I'll assign a number. PC001, test case number. In the column test case description, we need to precisely explain what to test and how to test. What do you have written? Check.
Admin login with valid credentials.
Valid credentials. So whatever yesterday I said, as it is, you have copied. No, even I have to write in the same way only. Then the procedure. Step 1. Yes, madam. Way to enter username.
Open in the browser and you enter the URL and click go.
and valid
See,
URL.
listen. I agree it is a very simple step. 99% mostly people will know. But I have to open a browser to enter a URL. But still, from our end, a good documentation meaning with assumptions we should not proceed. We need to have the crystal clear documentation. Agree it is a very simple and silly step. Open the browser because everybody know how to open after opening a browser only we can input the URL. But still from my end, I clearly document, open the browser, enter valid URL and click go. A chef documented the procedure like this. Step 1 not documented, switch on the stove. Remaining all steps are documented. There will be some people without switching on the stove, complete remaining procedure followed. What you will get? Nothing. So, you understand what I said? So better have the neat documentation. Without any confusion, without any ambiguity, anybody should able to follow our steps to test. That is the end objective of making a document. Open the browser, enter valid URL and click go. Before you start executing your test cases, your team lead will assign you, explain you. Our client mostly preferring Chrome browser window. Supposing your lead said like this, first we need to validate our product functionalities using the Chrome window. So you open the Chrome browser window. You know, some people, some projects, they use only Edge browser. In that some application they use only Safari browsers. Your team lead will give the input to you before you start executing the test cases. As per our client priorities, you execute test case on the Chrome browser window. So we start executing all of the test case on the Chrome window. Got it? Also, so these 4 people involved in test case execution. First, I give some inputs. What is the environment we are using to execute these test cases? Also, I'll assign the developers. You 2 people, whatever the bugs you have encountered, assign to developer 1. Whatever the bugs you have encountered, assign to developer 2. Now these people will communicate the defect to the concerned assigned developer. Fine. What is the data required to run this step? URL.
HTTP. RHRM.QAtech.com. If I input the URL RHRM.QAtech.com in a browser window, what you are expecting from the system? System should display the admin login page.
System should display the login page. At the time of test case writing, we are not going to update the actual. We are not going to update even the status. And coming to priority, I'll refer my scenario document. I'm writing test cases for scenario 1, which is very high priority scenario. All plans, meaning all test cases you made for testing admin login also will take very high priority. This test case belongs to test scenario 1, TH001. I'll map like this. Only one step is finished. We'll update the remaining steps. Step 2.
Enter valid username and password and click login.
1 second. Enter valid username. A valid password.
and click login.
Click login or submit, whatever it may be. The data required to run this step, username, everybody know Microsoft Excel, right? Fairly raise your hands. How many do not know about Microsoft Excel? You know MS Office, MS Word, right? Do not know Excel? Right. In Microsoft Excel, you want to go to the next column within the cell. Next column within the cell. If I press enter, it will go to the next row. If I press enter, it will go to the next row. If I press alt and enter together, it will go to the next row within the cell. Within the cell. A password I am giving. Expected system should
Display the login page. Admin login page.
module. We are giving admin username, admin password. Expected system should display admin module. Yesterday itself, I told you, logout is not a separate feature, it is a part of the login feature. The login itself, you cover logout also working or not. Click logout. Maybe after I log into admin module, under the profile, under the settings, somewhere logout option will be available. I no need to say go to settings from here. Maybe the developer may implement the navigation anywhere. Directly logout available, or when I click settings, logout available. When I click profile, logout available. Wherever it is available, you click the logout. Click logout. No data required to click the logout. Leave the test data column.
System
Expected
should
system
direct
should
System should display login page.
the login page. One test case is completed to verify admin login with valid credentials. It is positive test case or negative test case?
Positive.
While
Positive
the
test
test
case.
cases,
Positive test
nowhere
case.
you need to classify it is positive or it is negative. You no need to classify somewhere this is positive test case or this is negative test case, not needed. Coverage is required. Let me write the second test case. Test case number 2. Description,
Check admin login with invalid
admin
credentials.
login with invalid credentials. Do remember? Only username and password what generally we call as credentials. For every input data, do not use a word credentials. Supposing I am writing a case to verify employee registration, enter first name, middle name, last name, etc. We should not treat first name or middle name or last name as credentials. Only for username and password only we have to use a word called credentials. Or nothing wrong, you can write like check admin login with invalid inputs, invalid data. Fine. To verify admin login functionality with invalid credentials, the step one, same, open the browser, enter valid URL and click go. Expected system should display login page. Step two,
Enter valid username and invalid password.
see, coming to the coverage point of view, what are the various invalid directions we have to cover? Very simple. Negative direction, valid username, wrong password, wrong username, correct password, then wrong username, wrong password. Order can be anything. The way of
And
you write,
blank username and
Step two.
password.
even blanks also. Okay, blanks also. Order nobody will consider. Coverage will be considered. Maybe leave username, password blank, I can write as step 2, or the same step I can write as step 5. Coverage is required, order is not important. Now, I'm writing like this. Enter valid username, invalid password,
And click login.
click login. The data required to run this step, username value and password value. My plan, first input the valid username, admin. Give the wrong password, say ABC. Expected,
System should display an error message.
display an error message.
Valid credentials or invalid data.
Just you tell me.
Password doesn't match.
One moment, listen everybody. I'm checking with a valid data, valid username, but wrong password. Valid username I'm giving, wrong password I'm giving. What is the expected message from the system?
Invalid password.
Invalid
Enter the
password.
valid password.
Invalid password.
Invalid password. Okay, I'm writing like this. System should display an error message. Invalid password, check again, something like this. Try to understand this, everybody. I'm entering a correct username, but wrong password. My plan, give a correct username, wrong password and click login button. That is the plan. I'm not executing it now. What is expected, you said? Invalid password. System should display a message, invalid password. Listen clearly. If really this application showing a message to me, invalid password, I given a correct username, wrong password, click submit button. If really application displayed a message, invalid password, I consider it as a defect. Reason? Because already explained. Really, if the application showing a message, invalid password, I treat as a defect. The reason is somebody trying to hack your account. Roughly, they given some username and password and click submit button. Application clearly giving a message invalid password. 50% of the hacking is done. The username what I have entered is correct. Understand the point here? Considering this, you please check Facebook or any other good application. You will not, in this kind of context, you will not get a very accurate message. You will get a generic message. Invalid credential. It will not say invalid password or invalid username. Invalid credentials or invalid username or password. Invalid username or password. It will not clearly say you entered a wrong password. If really system designed like that, a person who is hacking your account now focus only on the password area. Let me give another example to you here. In some application, we are testing a online payment gateway functionality. Online payment functionality via credit card or debit card. The fields are, while making a payment, the fields are card number. One field, card number. Second field, name displayed on the card. Expiry month and year. CVV number. There are 4 fields. I'm testing my developer designed the code in a way that I given the card number, name displayed on the card, month of expiry, expiry month and year, wrong CVV number I have given. I'm testing it. Wrong CVV number I have given. Application designed in a way that it is giving a message to me, CVV number is wrong. A person who is hacking your account, 75% job done. The card number what I have entered is correct. Name also matching. Expiry month and year also matching. Only there is an issue with the CVV number. Now he focus on different CVV number. Maybe in one scenario, he may got luck. For security purpose, these kind of functionalities, you please check any other application. You will not get an accurate message, card number wrong, CVV number wrong. No, you get a message like check your card details, invalid card details. Application will not say you have entered an invalid card, name not matching, expiry month not matching. It will say invalid card details, please check. Generic message for security reasons. So based on this discussion, I'm not writing like this. Expected behavior from the system. Not invalid password. Invalid username or password. This will go, otherwise. Invalid credentials. If you confirm, I go with my next step. It's clear, right? The next step, step 3.
Invalid username, valid password.
Enter invalid username, comma, the valid password,
And click
and
login.
click login.
Click login.
Another idea. The data required to run this step, username value, I'm giving a wrong username. Correct password. Same message, invalid credentials. Another plan, step 4.
Thank
No,
you.
both
Turn
invalid.
blank.
Enter invalid username, invalid password, and click login. Invalid credentials. The next step, yes.
Username blank and valid password.
Leave username blank. Enter some password and click login. Leave username blank. Second. And click login. Username blank. I'm giving some password. What is expected?
Enter the valid
A
username.
message. Username cannot be blank. System should display an error message. No, not invalid credentials. I was not entered a username. The username cannot be empty, cannot be blank, something like this. The next step,
Both are blank.
enter valid username. Leave password blank and click login. Give a username. A password is blank and click login. System should display an error message. The password cannot be blank. I'll cover the last step. What is that? Logout. Leave both username password blank. Username, comma, password blank, and click login. No data required to run this step. System should display an error message.
Enter valid username and password.
Anything, enter valid username, otherwise username, a password cannot be blank.
Enter.
See, while executing this test case, sorry, without giving username, password, I click submit button. As per my document, expected is system should display an error message, username, password cannot be blank. That is expected. But actually, I'm getting a response from the system. Please enter the mandatory fields. What you will take, pass or fail. As per my document, test case document, if I am not giving any data and click submit, expected, system should display error message, username, password cannot be blank, as per the document. In the application, I am getting a message, please enter the mandatory fields. Generally, what you will do, pass or fail. False.
Pass.
Because
Pass.
grammar again give different messages. Whatever the message you encountered, you receive, you feel it is a meaningful and understandable to the end user, it is acceptable. Understand the point? Right. So now, log out. No, first of all, this idea is only checking admin login functionality with invalid data. We documented the procedure how to verify admin login feature by giving invalid credentials. It is done.
Sir, we may check with employee details.
Forget password is other scenario. Scenario by scenario, we have to create test cases. I covered 2 test cases for the scenario 1 check admin login. One scenario 1 test case are completed. Then I go to second scenario. Scenario by scenario, we create test cases. After writing the scenarios, we have to map this test case belongs to which scenario. This also belongs to scenario 1. Then how important this test case to run? It is very high priority because it belongs to very high priority scenario. Actually, we are not, 1 second, not these 2. I think these are column, sorry. So here I created 2 test cases. Really, test case documentation, not any much technical job. Test case writing is a very simple work. In a simple, understandable English, we are making some documentation of what to test scenario and how to test each and every scenario, nothing but test cases. The 2 test cases, whatever I have created, I will upload in our LMS. Anyhow, tomorrow what we do, randomly we pick some scenarios in the RAHRM, whatever we have documented, reset password, change password, employee creation, user registration. We document at least positive test cases for all of the scenarios. You also try in between. Okay? But from my end, I need to explain about most of the time in manual testing, we are going to spend our time in creating test cases and executing test cases. Everybody should feel, yes, we are comfortable in writing test cases. Within 1 and 2 hours, you cannot get such a confidence. So tomorrow also we are concentrating on creating test cases. Tomorrow we write test cases for reset password, change password, employee registration, user registration. Okay? Thank you. We connect tomorrow. Thank you, online team. We continue tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. I log
Your
out.
host muted me, sir. Then I joined mobile.